There's a big global health symposium, and it's in San Diego this week. There's groundbreaking research about the health benefits of the keto diet. Joining us this morning, Dr. Zhang Rou, Division Chief, Pediatric Neurology at Rady Children's Hospital. Doctor, good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
We've heard a lot about the keto diet, ketogenic diet, what it does, how difficult it is, and how so. Explain what it is, first of all, and the benefits of it.
Sure. The ketogenic diet was actually invented about 102 years ago, and it was originally designed as a high-fat, low-carbohydrate, low-protein diet, but it was a medically supervised diet for patients, pediatric patients, that did not respond to medications. So these are patients with epilepsy who have spontaneous recurrent seizures, unpredictable, and there are a lot of adverse health consequences of that. But this diet actually came to being back then, over 100 years ago, and is still used today.
The challenges that come with this, obviously you work at Rady Children's Hospital for kids, it is not easy. Sometimes it involves the whole family has to go in on this.
That's correct.
How do you convince people to say that I cannot do this, my kid cannot do this?
Yeah, so one thing to recognize is that the traditional ketogenic diet is restrictive, it's hard to implement, it challenges the family to kind of work together to make it all happen. Over the years, though, there have been variations of this diet that are more palatable, easier to administer, but perhaps just as effective. So the knowledge and experience of the dietitian is absolutely key in terms of success of rendering these diets.
You mentioned neurological conditions, you mentioned epilepsy. What other kind of conditions could this diet help with?
Well, so one has to take a step back and realize that the brain, when it's in its normal function or under disease states, requires energy and proper amounts of energy. If you don't have that, then you're going to have problems. So epilepsy was the first disease where the diet was actually trialed and pioneered, actually. But over the years, we're realizing that because the brain is such an energy-demanding organ, maybe other diseases could be amenable, right? So we're talking about autism spectrum disorder, other types of developmental conditions, where investigators are trying to explore possible applicability of diets to brain cancer. And even in the adult population, we have things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, brain trauma, and the list goes on. And more recently, we're really excited about the possibility that these diets can actually affect mental health.
Wow.
So when drugs fail, typically, you can look at other so-called metabolic or metabolism-based approaches.
It's unbelievable. We talk on the show a lot about how important your diet is. You've heard, oh, you are what you eat, et cetera. But it seems like you need to eat well to do well for your body and your brain. How do you convince people of this and say, I want to have my burger, I want to have my red meat, I want to do all this stuff?
Well, so, it takes a little bit of education, awareness, and looking at, sort of not just patients with brain problems, but other issues. I would say that you are what you eat is kind of what we've heard about. I would argue that you become what you eat. If you don't really pay attention to the type of food, your eating habits, et cetera, you could actually damage not only your brain, but other organs as well. In fact, a lot of diseases that we actually face today could be related directly to how we eat, how it affects our gut microbes, and our ultimate physiology.
I wanted you to address, because you did mention it's a difficult diet to go all in, very rigid, but talk again about the fact that if you've been, for example, for epilepsy, if you've failed 2, 3, 4 medicines, and at that point you say, you're probably going to have this for life. You don't have to go full rigid keto diet to have benefits. Explain how much, and can you go kind of baby steps to build up to something instead of all in? For example, a little kid who has to deal with this, how do they adjust a diet to make it worthwhile?
Yeah, that's a very important question, because I think failure of a diet doesn't necessarily mean that the diet can't work.
Sure.
Right? So when you have a experienced dietitian working with you, you can trial 5 different types of diets with varying degrees of sort of involvement, and different types of foods that can be rendered that are very tasty, and kids as well as adults can actually fairly enjoy the diet in a way where it becomes a part of their natural daily activity.
And I think it's good it's intimidating when you get all the information all at once, but if somebody kind of holds your hand through the thing like a dietitian or a doctor, it really can make a big difference.
Right.
This symposium, anything else that's going to come out of this that we need to keep an eye on? I mean, this seems like it's a lot of smart people talking about a lot of very important things this weekend.
Yeah, actually, we've had a total of over 650 professionals from all over the world attend in person and virtually as well, from 48 different countries. This is the leading scientific and clinical symposium on the topic of ketogenic as well as metabolic therapies for brain and mental health.
Wow. Dr. Rowe, we thank you. We thank you for all the work you do at Rady Children's Hospital as well. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks very much for having me.
All right.
Take care.